Hello, hello.
Attack at range! Follow my light! Thank you! Fire Carnival! I know! Take down! Weaken him and lay in!
Yeah, we're on top of this now. Use an aura! Get control of the battle! Slide! That's intense in him. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
I hope you're ready for this! Down you go!
Side flash!
Wild Fate!
One more.
Right at! Going all out! Let's send
Now
them
it's
flying
my turn.
Carnival! Assault hammer!
3 minute round! Melee attack! Slide! Slinger! So nice! Move in and do some damage.
Watch me lay in! Right at! I figured we'd win!
We got him. Let's move.
Where's the big one? Let's go with head. Side.
Right at!
They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack.
I'll make him fire Carnival!
Side flash! Sliding!
Wild down! Don't push! Lay off!
Shadow strike!
Flame grenade!
Early burn!
Should be doing better.
I should heal
Heal
up
me.
first.
From armor!
Slide nice! Move in and do some damage.
I know! Take this! Go with me! Now close the gap!
Side flash!
Who cares how big they are? Concentrate your fire! Wild Fate! Flame
Shadows
go!
appreciated.
I like you! Recuperate! I feel amazing! Fire Carnival! Are you using auras? Stop it! Right at!
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
I know! Take this! Down you go!
It
Press
was too
aside.
fast.
Side flash!
Wild Fate! Right at! Go with me!
Now it's
Close
my
the
turn.
gap!
Can we change classes, active members, party? Not yet. A weapon's power rating is a value that broadly expresses how strong a weapon is. Whenever you're not sure what to equip, it's never a bad idea to go with whatever has the higher value this stat. A weapon's TP gain rating is a value that broadly indicates how easy it will be to build up TP. Ano yung TP? tactical points while fighting with it equipped. Keep an eye. Is there an auto equip, auto set? Yes, but can I remove? Yung sa head, palin natin yun. Like suit combat. Clover. Oh. It's like Elmas. Level 7. Posterior body head.
Right at! Going all out! Let's set them flying! Shadow strike! Wild dash! Stop fire! Down you go! Fire carnival! I know! Take this! Yes! Hit him again for me! I'm early bird! Let me at him!
Now, melee attack!
I figured we'd win. Hope I didn't get in the way. What the hell happened here? You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius?
Unless
Unless... what?
this is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing over 3 or 4 Sinicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Sinicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Sinicula tyrant sighted not too long ago. but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid.
Just killing the tyrant.
The
Let's inquire
tyrant
first.
designation is given to creatures that pose a special threat in one way or another. That doesn't always mean raw strength. Some tyrants will actually register as low rank when you find them out in the field and engage them in combat.
But don't let that fool you. If a creature shows up as a tyrant, you can be sure it's got at least one nasty trait or ability to speak of. The system can't account for everything, though, so don't let your guard down, no matter what rank it assigns. Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all.
Unite, protect.
Well, alright. I'm game if you are. Count me in, Elma. Let's do this. If we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. We can't just keep running forever, you know? Besides, I'd never forgive myself if someone else ended up getting hurt because we just left it here.
All right. Let's do it. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This'll be tougher than anything else we've faced.
Engaging a tyrant is no small task. It's important to equip your best before charging in, so double check all your weapons and gear. And make sure your arts are ready and leveled up, okay? Oh, you can also level up our arts or the arts. How do we know how much experience points we have? Art power 195 points. Upgrade. Owned 39 needs 4. Let's see. Topple. I think we should inflict stopple. This is very important. And then additional EP boosts evasion and continually restores HP. Alright, so iusog nga what happened? Battle arts dito sa kaliwa, kanan. Meron naman akong tank eh. Silin yung tank. So Inflicts stagger. Critical power. Disables. Heals weapon damage from the side. Boost TP. Boost critical chance. So let's upgrade this one. Inflicts stagger. And boost damage. Grants critical power. Crit hit. I think this is important for DPSs. And Shadow Runner. Stream Edge. Ano nga yung TP? Related tips. TP. What are TP? Ano yung TP? Excuse me. Inflicts fatigue. Right. You know what? Let's just upgrade it, everything to level 2. Para we have 24, 4, 4. We have 13. Ito kasi talaga yung importante. Topple. So, I should probably upgrade this one. Okay. And then for the gears, opposite na siya. Level 8. Let's try to level up first before we continue. And
Going all out. Now it's my time. Side splash. Wildlife. Like a tough old hammer. Close in. Flame grenade. I know. Take this. Go me. Now close the gap.
Nice job. Nice work.
Going all out. Now it's my time. Yes. Hit him again for
Yeah.
me.
We're on top of this now.
Side splash. Watch me lay into him. I'll blast a hole right through him.
Early bird.
Come on, there's no time to lose. We've got a mountain of things to do.
That's the spirit. Just don't wear yourself out.
It begins.
Engaging. Lay down some fire for me.
I'll blast a hole right through. Carnival!
So nice.
Assault
Move in
hammer.
and do some damage.
I know!
Sling 'em.
Take this! Lay down some cover fire!
Side slash.
Oh, me! Now close it down! Come on, there's no time to lose. We've got a mountain of things to do. Okay. But what about all the stuff I want to do? Ready? Let's move in!
Now it's my turn.
Fire carnival! Assault hammer! Fly!
Scream edge. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
I know! Take this!
Side slash. Nice work.
Here we go!
Let's see. They're off guard. Stab them with a melee attack.
I'll make fire carnival!
Move in and do some damage. Shadow
I know!
strike.
Take this! Wild down!
Scream edge.
Goes in! Flame grenade! It never hurts to get a little stronger.
Should we...
Ha!
Party... And aim your attacks at particular, yes. Additionally, destroying appendages.
Incoming enemies!
They're off guard.
Level 5 lang
Stab
pala.
them with a melee attack. Shadow strike.
Assault hammer! Fire carnival! Wow! Oh, what Alice staggered me!
I
Thank
owe
you!
you one.
Chrome armor!
Side slash. Upper hand.
And he's down! Weaken him and lay in!
Shadow strike.
Wild down!
Slide.
Flinger! Goes in! Flame grenade! Fire carnival!
Scream edge.
So what if you staggered?
Side slash.
Chrome armor! Wild
Upper hand.
Can't seem to get fired up. Flame flow!
I owe you one. Shadow strike. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Take this! Down you go! Like it's true on. We are awesome!
Nice work, Lynn. You fought well. You did too. Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a frontier nav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
The probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try. Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See? At the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
Frontier Nav Probe Site, or FN sites for short, are optimal locations to plant data probes. Placing one will reveal segment recon, other surrounding segments, Pathfinder. If we're gonna grow Frontier Nav, we need to install more data probes. Plant one, simply approach a vacant FN probe site and press A. Now all that's left is to report back to base. But first, I'll let you in on a secret. A giant beast like that is usually best engaged with a scab. Neutralizing a foe like that on foot, especially a tyrant, is pretty risky. So be careful about such things in the future, okay? Segment recon shows the details of tasks and that need to be performed in each segment. Each category is shown with its own icon. Yellow hexagonal area will be displayed. Borders of the segment currently occupying. You can also go to main menu. Manually set segment markers will be displayed. Blue hexagonal. Tyrant. Lock. Vehicle wreckage. Human wreckage. Buti na lang talaga walang stamina dito.
Hey,
Alrighty. Nagi.
Commander Vandam.
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less. That was reckless, and goddamn magnificent.
Save first.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked her to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the Rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandam is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Huh. Not much for conversation, are you?
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
Ask about the assignment.
Whoa there, Itchy Trigger. I know you're just chafing at the bit to run out there and grab the world by its tail, but you need to choose a division first. Once that's all hashed out, we can get into detail about what your first assignment's gonna be.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders. Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important. We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold. and recovering the rest of the human race.
Okay, next up, Interceptors. You met Akalov and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen? This is their division. Interceptors have one main duty. Protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads, they escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next are the Harriers. Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigen that moves.
And you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out. Everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable. Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, Curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory, bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it. It's not all picking berries, though. Being a curator also means being the first to encounter unknown indigens.
Next? All right, prospectors. Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here. We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
Next up, Outfitters. All of our ground gear and Skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs. Outfitters are Blade's way of supporting these AMs. They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the Mediators. These are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to Mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators. It's not a division for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades, and a people person. Someone with my charming personality? Probably not the best mediator. But if you got what it takes, it's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join? Don't fret about it too much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate. Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigens, whatever. And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. All right, you ready to choose?
Pathfinder for exploration.
Yeah, and? We're on pins and needles here.
Pathfinders, data probes, protect people, eliminate threats, locate and retrieve curator, scouting unexplored territories. Mine for minerals and resources, develop new weapons. Let's go with unexplored territory. Pero parang Pathfinder na rin yun eh. Place data probes. Unexplored territories. And collecting materials. No, we can change naman
Then
later.
it's settled?
So. Sure.
All right. Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a blade.
Congrats. And welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia. Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigents here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
All right, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course. Let's move out.
Roger that.
Search for Nelson's missing team. You're officially a blade now, congrats. Becoming one of us grants you access to a variety of services including the shop terminal, the AM terminal, mission control, and more. Some services are still off limits at the moment, but yeah, sure. Fast travel. Arms manufacturer or AM support us from the sidelines by developing new weaponry and gear. By utilizing their services, we can support them too. Head to the AM terminal in Armory Alley. Learn more about so that you can make new gear. Mission. Story missions. Main story. Of course. Affinity missions. These missions heavily feature your team members. You can accept them whenever you see the relevant icon. Normal missions. Basic missions. Okay. Blade reports are communication tool that residents of Mira use to share useful information they come across. When you visit a segment for which you haven't completed the segment recon yet, check your current position. Okay. Alright. Can we customize center now? And change the color, right? Okay, we can do that later.
Hey!
Ooh, dami. Can I accept all of these? Or sa isa lang? Find Miranium. Social. Blade Scout. Is this the online? Available when offline. Hindi ba tayo online? Okay. Hindi pa.
Oh, listen.
Hindi pa siya unlock.
Hey.
AM terminal. There you go. Miranium. Investing Miranium in an AM development is one way of interacting with them. Salvaged from enemies. Additionally, if you have augments you're no longer using, you can dismantle them to get back the materials. Alright. Tracking materials. The following arms manufacturer is open for business. Excuse me. The central pillar of the Sakuraba Group conglomerate, which enjoys a reputation for excellent products. Firearms exhibit remarkable stability and accuracy, qualities which faithfully exemplify the design ethos of their creator. Invest uranium. Should I? Later. Let's check the other group. Granada Galactic Group. This new arms manufacturer is an avid investor in beam tech research. Bestsellers are weapons that emphasize quick cooldowns, protective wear that offers high beam resistance. I-level up na natin, pero wala pa tayong Marinium. 0. Okay. Got it. Terminal. Assault rifle. We have 47,500 points. Parang wala namang... Oh. For knives, power rating, EP gain. Bakit compare? TP gain rating. In TP, parang experience points. Tama ba? Cooldown, mas matagal. At 21. Stability. Plus or minus 12%. It's too large of a gap. Power rating. Pero sige, try natin. Bigger numbers are better. Always better. Compare. 4K. Iron blade. Okay. Bili lang ng bili. Iron pave. Oops. Happened. Gatling gun. Okay. Level 5. Pa-level up mo nga muna tayo bago tayo bumili.
Hey!
Am I right?
What else? I think meron normal quest.
Now what?
Excuse me, sorry to bother you, and I know you're terribly busy. But is there any way you might help with a rather urgent request? Promise I won't take much of your time. Heck, I don't have much of my own to spend taking up yours. Sorry, getting off track. Anyway, I know I should be running this request to official channels and all that, I'm sorry. But there's no time. I'm desperate at this point, and I'll literally take any help I can get. Not to say you're just anybody. Yeah, look, I know I must sound completely bonkers, but just hear me out, okay? That's all I ask. You're going to listen to me? Man, what are the odds the very first person I asked could help me out, huh? Like 9 to 1? I'm shy, you see, and I'd about worked myself into a panic thinking I'd have to keep approaching strangers. Alam niyo namang sinabi, yes, I need to deliver some supplies to a blade team in the field. I'm a mechanic, you see, specializing in skills. I tend to head up a lot of important projects. That sound braggy? Anyway, I just got a call from a team that's always been really nice to me. They asked me to bring them supplies so that I can do a field repair of their skulls. Apparently something called a whimsical two-gill attacked them after they left on a mission, and now they're stranded out there. I pride myself on customer service, but me wandering around outside the city is just no, bad idea. Bad idea. Especially with the whimsical two-gill that broke their skull still kicking around. But on the other hand, the thought of those poor skulls lying there, but then kind of panicked about what to do next. The only sane plan I could come up with was asking someone else for help.
Hey!
Dami yung sinabi. Is it far? How do I open the map quickly? Oh, no. Why? Okay. It's on this side. Chapter 3. It's on the way naman pala eh. An accepted mission. Should I take all of these before heading out? Renew request. Yeah. Let's go and get all of those first. I think it's on. Thirsty. I'm the operations manager for Frontier Nav. All that knowledge is swimming around in your noggin just because you helped Colonel Elmer install one data probe? Sorry, rookie. There's more to network. First lesson. There are several different types of data probes. It's vital that you keep desired application in mind because each type of probe yields different effects. What's more, placing the exact same type and grade of data probe in neighboring sites will amplify the effects of each probe. Now, I could stand here and make you listen to a long, drawn-out explanation, but I think it's better you just try out each one for yourself. Mining probe G2, research probe G2. You can see why you're Nagi's shortlist. So if you ever need to verify its location, just access the segment map with your comm device. Point out a pair of placement sites in the plains past the east gate. If you can chain together the front of the nav. Install data probe at each site, okay? I don't want just any probes installed there. You'll need to change them to be the same type. That's how you get the chain amplification effects. You can swap around data probes using your comm device. So I don't need to go to the site itself. Pwede na sa comm device. Just select corresponding site. If you select swap data probe, you can take your pick from all the unused probes you've got. You do not have unused probes. Take a few mining probes just in case. 2 specified sites. Okay. Medyo malapit-lapit lang naman din ba? Okay. Next. Mining probe. So, pwedeng mining, research, storage, and others.